Oh, titties. I gotta really get my titties under control. Or do I? It's your girl Allie, curvesaren'myproblem.com. You know that blog that I haven't updated in like forever, but I still promote because I got enough stuff on there to keep you entertained. First and foremost, to those of you that have been keeping up with my shenanigans from the jump, I apologize for not putting out any content as of late. I've been in kind of a very weird transition when it comes to a few things between, let me just say this, a lot of things have gone on, good, bad, challenging, otherwise, and I just wasn't in a position to make content without it feeling forced and just rigid and not fun. And I do this for fun. I do this not for the likes, but just for the good vibes and fun times that we have when I share my stories and y'all listen, you give me your feedback and you give me your good comments, your shady comments. It's just for the energy. So my energy wasn't there, but now I'm back. And so I appreciate you guys for being patient. For those of you guys that are new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. I talk about love, sex, dating, fashion, and life. I'm on a health and wellness journey too. I'm not going to talk about that today, but I will do a video soon because it's been a minute since I've updated you guys. I'm sure some of you guys follow me on Instagram, but if you don't follow me now, it's curvesonmyproblem.com. What am I saying? No, it's curvesonmyproblem. And I post pretty regularly there. I'm more active there than I have been here for the last couple of months. In any event, today. So one thing that's been going on with me is I'm in a space where I'm very open to dating. Yeah, I'm that bitch. I opted to date and put myself out there, meet somebody new, and that requires vulnerability that I usually am not really cool with. I don't like being that vulnerable for a few reasons, but that's not what I'm talking about today. And sometimes I can come across as being somewhat aggressive. I've never been parched. I've never been thirsty. I've never looked at somebody else's item seriously, like from the gut of my gut, and said, oh, I want that. Or I've never been thirsty enough to compromise my dignity or the dignity of anybody else at the hand of penis. That's just not who I am. I'll never be that way. But unfortunately, I've come across a chick or two that is on that level, but never in direct contact with me or my situation. Like, I've witnessed things amongst friends or in my peripheral, but I've never had anybody try to throw shade or do any sort of conniving, weird things in relation to penis when it comes to me. Not in my adulthood anyway. So, what are we talking about today? How thirsty is thirsty? This dating world is savage. I get the ratio from men to women is kind of different, and it can create a competitive situation amongst, you know, your fellow single girl, but I've never felt that you should step in on someone's situation knowingly because you think you're cuter or you think you're better. I think if a dude is into you and you're given an opportunity to date and for him to court you, then it happens, it happens. I'm all about organics. I'm not about divide, conquer, take, stomp, tramp. Like, I'm not that person. So I've never been the type to, like I said, see something that I like, even though it's attached, and break that situation up or kind of get in the mix. Like, that's not my character. And I don't really fuck with girls that move like that because I think that's such bad karma. Anyway, so, and when I say this, I say this from a place of love and concern. And I'm talking about savage girls that will eyeball somebody, know that they're in a situation, not girls that come up, meet somebody in passing and they find out after the fact. Those are two different lanes. Let's not get them crossed. Anyway, so my story time is about coming across somebody that was rather thirsty and how it made me feel and what I think women need to really work on when they are dating, because this was just crazy. This irked me beyond words, but not... Thankfully, I'm a strong, confident woman that's very in tune with myself, and I'm not going to compromise myself and my sanity for anybody at this point in my life. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get to the story. How about that? I went out with this guy, really, really nice guy. We were going to a restaurant that's kind of hipstery, you know, it's millennial. Like, Drake was playing in the background, loud, okay? Like, that, let me just set it up by saying that. We're waiting in line. I meet him in line. He's much taller, very good looking guy. He sticks out in a crowd. You notice this guy. So if he's your type, then you're going to be like, hi there, how are you? Like, if he's alone. I get it, if he's alone, you're gonna be a little bit like parched, but I wouldn't even be parched. Like, I'm not that parched to be like that extra. Anyway, so I meet him in line, and the place is really busy, so it's an eatery slash bar. So when you're going in, there's security regulating everything because that's how like jammed it gets. It's on Queen Street. It's this place called Warehouse. Yeah, I'm gonna put it out there. Warehouse is fun, but loud and not ideal for a date situation. Okay, like I don't desire to go back there. Not because they were rude, just the crowd was just rowdy and like loud, and it's just not my scene because I'm a bougie ass bitch. Like, I like sexy romantic vibe. I don't like loud ratchet like Drake in the background, random like Spice Girls playing, just like random. I'm not into that. So I'm glad we went there. I enjoyed my pierogies, but aside from that, no. Anyway, so we're in line, we're getting in, and security beforehand, like probably like there was like 6 people before us at the time when he acknowledged us. He says, oh, are you guys with this party or are you guys on your own? He goes, oh, we're on our own. He spoke for me, and I'm like, okay. There was these 2 girls next to security that were waiting. I suspect that they had a party in there and they're trying to line bypass to see so that they didn't have to wait in the line like everybody else. And there was about 40 people waiting behind me and my date for the night. So long story short, we get to the front of the line, and one of the girls who I noticed when the 6 people gap was between us noticed my date and was like oogling, and then noticed me too. Didn't give me eye contact, but like kind of like looked at me, said something to her friend in the ear, looked at him, whatever. So we get to the front, and the security guy's about to let us in. He goes, okay, these 2 are going in. And then she steps up, like, I don't know where she came from, but she's like, oh, you guys are together? Like, you're like boyfriend and girlfriend? And my date looks at her and like curtly says she's my date, and then like holds my like arm, and she's just like, oh, I didn't know. But it's like, bitch, why should you know? Like, why are you in the mix? Like, how obnoxious is that? So that was incident number 1. So I walk in, and thankfully, because my date is really like mature and not remotely extra, he didn't even acknowledge what just happened, but I know what just happened. This bitch saw somebody that she thought was cute, saw that he was with me, somebody that actually eats and actually is confident and not in my feelings about me being a voluptuous bad bitch, and got in her feelings because she had to eat celery for a whole week just to look somewhat okay in her basic little Urban Planet outfit. No disrespect to Urban Planet, but I'm just saying, like, whatever. So long story short, her and her friend were being catty when they asked that. They weren't trying to be like cute. They were trying to be extra. They were trying to be extra. They're trying to shade me as to why. I don't know. Maybe they thought he was too cute for me, but I'm a cute bitch. Okay, I'm a cute bitch, and I'm a bad bitch. So if anybody's too cute for anybody, I'm too cute for everybody. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, that's just a little bit of my ego slipping out right now. And I had a little bit too much like espresso. This is like a blonde espresso shot in my grande blonde. Black. Anyway, so let me wrap up this story by telling you the next part of it. We're sitting down, we order, we're talking, and it's really loud. And then there's like towards the latter end of our meal or whatever, this Drake song comes on, and then everyone starts chanting it all together. That's how millennial this joint is. And then I just see the person I'm with, their eyes just dart up, down, all around, and then back to me. And it made me like turn around and kind of look. And as I turn around, I see the same girl that asked that question gyrating herself and being extra. I don't even know how she managed to get where we were sitting, but whatever. So she was kind of like, I don't know what she was trying to do, but she was just jiggling everywhere and being extra, and he just kind of cut his eye after her, didn't say anything to me, and then promptly asked for the bill and we left. But the moral of the story is, girls, especially thirsty girls like that, if you are trying to shade somebody that you think is not on a level when it comes to your, like whoever you desire, like if you see somebody you like and they happen to be with somebody publicly, respect that. Don't be a basic catty ass bitch, because let me tell you something, there's no good karma that comes from that. If you want to be with somebody that's that vapid and that vain that they're gonna cut off whoever they're with because you like throw your little self around and think that you're of some sort of caliber, good riddance with that, because you're gonna get exactly what sort of energy that you're gonna you're looking for. Thankfully, this person that I was with was nice and not remotely in that. That's not his type. Otherwise, he would be with somebody like that. He is with somebody like me. So, and I'm just like baffled that women are in these streets acting that thirsty and acting that savage, and that their friends encourage that behavior. If my girlfriend was behaving that way, I'd check her like into the ceiling. Like, that's so ridiculous. Karma is a bitch and she bites. So don't be caught in the mix. Don't put yourself in unnecessary drama when it's not investing in your good karma, okay? In any event, I hope you guys enjoyed my story time. It was kind of sketched, kind of scattered because I drank a little bit too much coffee. But I'm sure I'm gonna have more experiences to share with you guys over time. I love you. Thank you for being so patient with my shenanigans. And the blonde espresso has sunk in 3, 2, 1.